Hello, everyone. Selim Maalouf again here at Inbound 2025. This is day 2 of the show, and with me today is Lucy Solaski, who is one of the product managers who works on the Breeze Studio. If you've watched the Spotlight and watched the keynote, Breeze Studio is honestly a new tool that we did not see coming, but it kind of revolutionizes our, AI work inside of HubSpot. Hello, Lucy.
Hi, Selim. I'm so excited to be here with you today. Happy to answer any questions you have. We're really excited to release Breeze Studio. We think that it's an easy way for folks to become AI leaders without needing a ton of different tools. You can do everything you need to right in HubSpot.
Like you said, this is really exciting. Those who know Harvest ROI know that we are very AI forward and do a lot of AI, solutions. But for now, we were limited to trying to figure things out outside of HubSpot and trying to work with connectors. But now with Breeze Studio, I feel like there's a big feature parity with some of the popular tools, and now we can do everything inside of HubSpot.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of my favorites of these is custom assistants. You can think of custom assistants a lot like custom GPTs in ChatGPT or Claude projects. And really what it is a way to enable your team. You set them up just by adding a prompt, giving it some knowledge. So then your team can ask questions to that assistant directly inside of HubSpot, just where they talk to Breeze Assistant, which is the new version of Copilot. So that same side panel. So there's no more like having 2 different tabs open, going to your custom GPT to ask a question. What we found that this is really helpful for folks when you are launching something new and people need to get information fast. You've written up all the documentation already, and you have all these FAQ docs. People don't want to read them. They just want to come to you and ask the question directly. And we all have been there where you get pinged 1 billion times from 1 million different people with the same question. What you can do instead is create a custom assistant for whatever it is, whether it's your sales processes, your customizations, your new launch, and let internal employees ask questions about that. And these really are endlessly customizable. So if you want, you can lock it down. So only an admin or a manager can create these, and they can choose who in the organization has access to it. On the other hand, we've heard some people who are like, well, I want every one of my sales reps to have a different version, their own personal version of this assistant that I create. And that's possible too. You can give them the permission to create and edit, and they can create clones. And so you can have a clone of an assistant for each person. So it operates in, as many different, the possibilities are really endless. And we're going to continue to add features as we go to make them even smarter, even more powerful, even more connected to your data. So that's one of the things that I'm the most excited about.
I feel like we need to add to our data cleanup services, like now clean up custom assistants that people have cloned like 10,000 times. You mentioned that it's similar to tools like custom GPTs. One of the stickiest features for OpenAI has been the memory feature, and we've heard on the stage that the assistant, not the custom assistant, but the assistant has memory. How do you think about memory for custom GPTs, and what kinds of controls the creators of these custom GPTs might have?
No, this is a great question. So Breeze Assistant has memory. It remembers things across threads for each individual user. When we designed these originally for custom assistants, we wanted to make the experience as easy as possible for people to get started. The goal was 5 minutes or less to build one. With that, we made the intentional decision to, at least at the start, make it so that it doesn't have memory. And the reason why is you can imagine if I am an admin and I'm a sales manager, and I'm creating a deal desk assistant that is supposed to help my sales reps decide what discounts they should give. You could imagine a sales rep maybe wanting to give a bigger discount. Yeah. And if it had memory, all of a sudden the assistant's giving bad information. It's telling the rep what they want to hear. That's not to say that memory isn't important for some use cases. And so one of the things that we have on the roadmap is to add siloed memory in so that you would have memory just for that custom assistant. It wouldn't remember things from Breeze Assistant, but that is going to be configurable in the builder, so custom assistant builders can decide whether or not they want memory for that specific assistant.
Control is always something that admins love, so I'm glad to hear that that's on the roadmap. We also heard on the keynote that Breeze Studio is where you would edit agents. That's an exciting prospect. The marketplace has a ton of agents, and I'm already hearing a lot of app partners creating their own agents. Can you tell us more about the agent customization feature of Breeze Studio?
Yeah, so I think that Breeze Studio, there's like two huge advantages to using agents there. One is the configuration, like you talked about. They really are endlessly configurable. There's a place on every agent to add extra instructions, and the agent is really sensitive to those extra instructions. It's going to listen to what you're asking for. So if you take like the deal loss agent, for example, the purpose of that agent is to analyze the closed loss deals over a certain time period to identify trends and make recommendations for how to improve your win rate. If you have specific questions that you want that agent to answer or a way you want it to deliver the output, you want a report that includes this, and this, all you have to do is ask for it in natural language and it's there. You can also add knowledge to any agent, any assistant through knowledge vaults, and these knowledge vaults are reusable across them. We've heard a lot this week. People are really excited about creating their own agents. That is coming soon. It's on the roadmap. We're hoping to get that into a private beta by Spring Spotlight. So get excited for that. But in the meantime, there's a lot that you can do with the pre-made agents that we have available.
And we're excited to dive into the marketplace and discover not just the agents that HubSpot has made, but what other partners are going to be adding. You mentioned knowledge vaults. I'm interested in learning more on how HubSpot is handling all this knowledge. I know in other tools, sometimes when you feed it too much data, you get inconsistent results and stuff like that. I would love to learn more about knowledge vaults.
So we think that, the biggest advantage we have with creating agents inside of HubSpot is that all of your data is already there. So in general, through tools, agents can pull a lot of data. They can pull CRM data, they can pull associated records, they can summarize call transcripts, things like that. But maybe you have specific knowledge that you want to add. So the way we do that is through a knowledge vault. And a knowledge vault is going to take that knowledge and ingest it into a RAG system. And that RAG system means that you can add more knowledge than you would if you were to just dump it directly in. It'll be able to pull the right chunks. So that's kind of how we think about knowledge. In a knowledge vault, you can add files directly from your computer, or you can add CRM records. We have a list of about 9 different record types that you can add now, and we're adding more every day.
One last question. I know a lot of the focus for HubSpot has been to make the user experience seamless and easy to configure. But what about the expert builders out there who are kind of like doing a lot of things outside of HubSpot? What would be your recommendations and just prompts that tell them like, hey, all this stuff that you've been doing outside, you can now build in HubSpot?
I think that, when it comes to third-party developers, there are ways for third-party developers to build their own tools or their own MCP connectors that can then be used in agents. So I think that's a big one. I know that partners and third parties are able to create agents and add those to the marketplace. For folks who are building agents elsewhere, I think the thing to get excited about here is at the moment now, you're already able to build third-party MCP connectors, third-party tools that can be used in agents, which is amazing. Partners, third parties can build agents for the marketplace. If you're more of a casual agent builder, I think get really excited for the ability to create your own agents, which is on the roadmap. It is coming soon. And once you can create custom agents, that's going to unlock quite a bit. Pretty simple to get started, but has a lot of power behind it between tools, knowledge, prompting, and the way that it is really integrated with HubSpot, and you're able to take the outputs and actually do something with them in your portal, creating notes on records or assigning tasks to users. All of these take action tools are available for you. So I'm excited for agent builders to get in there as soon as that's available.
And we're excited to dive in the tools ourselves. Thank you so much, Lucy, for taking the time to talk to us. And thank you for everyone who's been following our coverage of the show. Remember, if you're looking for a digestible format to learn about all the updates that have been announced here at the show, including Breeze Studio, make sure to join us on September 12th for a webinar where myself and our CEO, Dave Schillebro, run through all the updates and give you our insights on what are the things that you need to look for. Thank you so much.